Sin City Live, tune in, get it now. I'm like Sin City Live, Sin City Live, Sin City. When the clock hit 9, it's better for you to tune in. Sin City, moving from July to June every week Wednesday. So all that your friends say, bring it to the mic to settle it. Bring day, Father Time and Cash and Father Time, they gon' bring it to you raw. That sex, money, crime, real, recognize real. So the streets on every line with real interviews with niggas that did the time. Cash bringing you the fire and time keep you cool. Got relationship advice. So ladies is welcome too. When you done 9 to 5 and then them kids put in red. I'm that boogie up quick. Hit the radio instead for that number 1 blog talk. G shit is all talk. Start up your phone, leave remotes for them cars talk. People get them hits. Then keep your seats popping with underground music. Keep your cheap rocking. We got music, love, and everything real from the G across the nation. Hit against the bill when you're done for the day and you're ready to unwind. Tune in, get it live. That's Sin City, Sin City Live. Tune in, get it live. Sin City Live. Tune in, get it now. Sin City Live. Sin City Live. Sin City Live. Sin Live. City Live. City Live.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Sin City Radio. It's your boy Cass, chilling as usual. Got my main man, Father Time. Father Time, what's cracking with
What's cracking, Doc?
you? You know how we doing, networking, politicking like we always do at this time. What's up?
What's up?
What's up, Nina? What's up, Fishy Fish? Yo, man. Yo, the show, man.
Bitch is bitch.
I said fishy fish. I ain't said nothing about it. There you go, man.
Oh,
What's wrong with you?
just saying. That's what it sounds like to me.
Man, you got clean ears, man. Clean ears. All right, man. Well, check this out, man.
I'm still echoing.
All right, it's sounding good, so I guess we just got to work through it.
All right, what's cracking?
You know how we doing it, man. Like I said, I seen something a little earlier. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm like, shit was kind of crazy. I'm kind of like, God damn, I'm kind of straddling the fence, like listening to it, seeing was it real or not. So I went, to check it out. New York Post ran it. You know what I'm saying? A couple of YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's on some everything. I don't really want to say what it is. Well, you know what? Yeah, I am. It's an Uber driver, y'all. For y'all that's listening, we got an Uber driver, and they did something. They did something to a passenger, and I'm just trying to figure out: would you say it was just cause, or did the Uber driver go too far? Uh, I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna see what y'all think about it. Give me a second. Let me cue it up. Come on, lady.
All right, listen up, all you cheaters. If you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you ever need a Lyft or an Uber and you get in my car, be forewarned. If you ever pull this kind of shit that this guy pulled today, you got the same thing coming. Today I picked up a guy. His wife and his kids walked him out to the car, said, "I love you, Daddy," blah, blah, blah. So he gets in, he says, "Hi." He goes, "I added a stop." I said, "I saw that." So we go and we pull up at the stop, and this lady comes out, and she's got a little bit of luggage, like a handbag and a tote, a small tote. She gets in and she's like, "I'm so glad you finally got away from your damn wife." Okay. So then he kisses her, and it wasn't a "hi, how you doing" kind of kiss. And so he goes, "I changed our drop-off location." I said, "I saw that." I didn't know exactly where it was that they were going at that particular time. I just saw that it had an update. So they continued to talk and this, that, and the other. And she says, "I'm tired of you putting me off. When are you going to leave?" And he said, I've got some things I've got to take care of. Let's talk about this later, blah, 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 blah. Keep in mind, I was about 5 miles from his house. So understand something. This is my car. I work for myself. I am an independent contractor. If I choose to end your ride, it's my choice. Uber's not going to fire me. Uber's not going to ban me. Uber's not going to get rid of me. If you are doing something crappy in my car, I have the right to handle it however I see fit. Well, things didn't turn out so well for him. Back to his house. I drove up and made him and her get out of my car at his home where his wife and his kids were. There was no other way this was going to go on. There is nothing worse than a dog. I don't give a fuck if you're a female or you're a male. Pull some shit like that in my car and you're going to get done like that. Karma's a motherfucker. Be better people. Do better in life. It didn't end well for him today, I'm sure, because both of them had their baggage and both of them were standing in his front yard when I left. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I hope you see this, you piece of shit.
All right.
Let me start this off, man. Now I drive Lyft. I don't drive Uber, but I do drive Lyft.
Okay.
She was way out of pocket. That was none of her business what goes on. And if that man want to pick up another woman, that's on that man, not her. She was completely out of line, man.
I mean, first of all, you invaded. I mean, you just a driver. You invading in on his personal. You know what I'm saying? That was his whatever they was talking about. That was between them two people. Them two people, and you invaded in on a conversation that had nothing to do with you. And then you took it upon yourself to try to just play matchmaker at his home.
I bet she got banned. I bet you Uber took off the platform. I guarantee it. Oh, I wish I could see the follow-up. She talking about Uber ain't gonna fire her and all that shit. Oh, shit. I bet you she can't pick nobody up.
But she actually did do a follow-up. Let's see if I can find it. But my whole thing is, dude, you actually, what's going on today?
Hey.
We sitting here just talking about the Uber lady.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to say, she did do a follow-up. She did do a follow-up on it. I'm trying to see if I can find it. But, man, dude, what is somebody?
All right, listen up, all you cheaters. If you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you ever need a Lyft or an Uber and you get in my car, be forewarned.
Yeah, you playing it over?
No, I'm trying to find the second part to it. Now, she did a second part. Now, before we get into the second part, Janine, you familiar with what happened, right? With the Uber lady?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. What is your take on it?
My take is she needs to mind her business. That's my take. And if I was in the car, I would have whooped her ass, so she wouldn't have been driving nowhere.
I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck did she. I mean, she really just like took it upon herself to just like, okay, I'm finna be judge, jury, and executioner in your marriage.
And before anybody gets to chiming in, she did not have to take them back to his house. if she didn't want to be involved in that situation, she could have just dropped them off where the fuck they was at.
Yep.
I agree.
And just let them get out of her car if she didn't want to be involved in that situation.
All right, I think I got part 2 queued up.
All right, Cheaters Part 2, the big finale. All right, this is what happened. Whenever they were arguing or discussing in the back seat, they did not realize that I had turned around and I was going back to his home. I had already planned that the best thing for me was to end his ride. So by policy, I can end his ride in the middle of the freeway if I want to. But I chose to take it back to the address where I picked him up. I mean, it is what it is. If I choose to end your ride, I end your ride. But here we go. So when I pulled up, they weren't paying attention. I pulled up, I opened up my door, I got out, I opened up her door, and I said, get out. And she looked at me and she's like, but what do you mean get out? I said, get out. Right then and there, he saw where he was. And he said, oh my God, no, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. I said, you get out too. And she's like, oh my God, we're at your house. We're at your house. I said, both of y'all get out. And at this point, they weren't listening. So I started yelling. I said, get out of my fucking car. Get out of my car. So his wife heard the commotion and she came outside. Now, but for all you people telling me that I ruined the kids' lives, I didn't ruin anybody's lives. I didn't make these choices that these folks did. They did their own choices. When I said that I took him back to where his wife and his kids were, when I got there, his wife came out. I did find out that the children had already been picked up and they were already at pre-K. So the kids did not see any of this happen. So let's get all of that out of the way. So his wife came out and she's like, what's going on? I said, I don't know. Ask your husband and his mistress. And she goes, you know what? I knew it was only a matter of time before I caught your ass. Then I knew she had some sort of indication that he had been cheating. I said, I'm sorry, ma'am. And she said, no, you did the right thing. I got into my car and I left. So yesterday I got a message from Uber that one of my passengers was trying to contact me. And if it was okay for them to get their number and give it to me so I could give them a call. They did send me the phone number and I did call her and I knew that it was her. I did call her and she and I talked. She did thank me. I said, I'm so sorry, you know, if I affected anything that was going on in your life. And she said, no, I already had, you know, some clues that he was cheating. She goes, I just didn't have proof. And she goes, and you gave me all the ammunition I needed. She goes, I just want you to know that you're an angel. You're my hero. She goes, and I just want to thank you so, so much. So she did put him out, that she is filing for a divorce and it's a wrap for him. She said it's the second time that he's done it. And she told him if he ever did it again, it was done. So that's what happened. That's the end of the story. All right, listen up.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
You say you don't believe what?
I don't believe nothing you just said.
Oh, you don't.
I've never known Uber or Lyft to exchange phone numbers from customers to drivers or drivers to customers. That don't happen. I drive Lyft. And Lyft ain't never called me and said, hey, somebody want to get in touch with you. Here's their number. Fuck out of here. That don't happen.
Dude.
I don't believe shit you just said.
Now you could tell that the way she just said it was that she really she wanted some shit to happen. Because she said, I started yelling. Get out my car. Get out my fucking car. Who not gonna come outside somebody yelling in front of their house?
Mm-hmm. And then she laughed when she said she got out of the car. As a driver, you never get out the car. Is somebody gonna take your car?
She said she got out the car and opened the door for him.
I don't believe none of that.
I mean, it made the New York Post.
She making herself look good. That's all it is, you know. Cause she trying to make up, you know, make sure everybody, you know, that was having problems with what she did. You see how she tried to answer all of their questions and made sure. Well, you know, I made sure the kids weren't there. She was lying. The kids was gone. Oh, you do all of this. The kids was gone and everything.
Hey, just because it make the paper don't mean it's true. Where's his account at? Where's the mistress account?
I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I mean, for the simple sake of argument, if that was the situation, that was some fucked up shit.
And don't forget, Milli Vanilli sold millions of songs and they ain't sing a lick.
No, I believe she did what she I believe she dropped them back off, but I don't believe that second half. I think she just made that up to make herself look good. But I do believe she probably did drop them back off at his house.
I mean, because motherfuckers think they could do shit like that. That's that fucking Karen syndrome. And yes, she was a white woman.
And then she wasn't even cute.
Which
just bitter, man. Some dude
into,
did her like that.
Probably goes into why she did what she did. Mad that somebody else's business because she ain't got none of her own.
Somebody didn't.
No, somebody did her like that before.
She got,
and she's bitter.
She might have.
Yeah, but you don't get in other people's shit, man. That's just something you just don't do.
I tore a car up. I'm busting out windows.
Exactly.
Man, by the time she wouldn't even got, man, she would not got a chance to get off the block. Now, my question is.
No, I'm talking about why she outside the car telling the girl to get out. Yeah, I'm busting out windows. I'm kicking out windows, ripping shit out the front seat. I'm gonna get my money's worth.
But my thing is, can't you sue for that?
I don't know. I ain't no lawyer. That's a good question.
I mean,
what law did she break?
I mean, ain't it some type of ethics code in that where y'all ain't supposed to be listening to people's personal business and shit like that? I mean, you based.
No, you can't help but hear what people talking about, man.
Okay, but you based your decision on me and her personal conversation. I'm sure the conversation wasn't. They didn't say, "Hey, what you think about this?"
I'm pretty sure they did.
Right, they two people sitting in the back seat having a conversation, and you ear hustling, and you gonna say, "Well, fuck this, I'm gonna take you back home." You didn't damage my marriage.
Yeah, that definitely happened.
Boo, you got to get some mental anguish or some type of. I mean, I'm pretty sure they could be able to sue for something.
I don't know, man. I don't know laws like that, but I don't think you can sue nobody for no shit like that.
Like, I don't think they ain't gonna blame her for messing up the marriage. They gonna just be like, hey, you was fucking around, so you messed up your own marriage. But I mean,
right.
But okay. I mean, maybe y'all right. Maybe y'all right, but I'm just trying to. A lawyer gonna have to tell me that I can't sue because I'm suing Uber.
How you gonna sue Uber? What they do?
Shit, you work for them?
Yeah, I don't think no lawyer gonna take that one, man.
Shit, I bet you motherfucking lawyer take it.
I mean, it might be one out there, but that shit gonna get thrown out.
You gonna have to throw it out. You gonna have to tell me. I mean, think about it, dog. Okay, whether you cheat or not. Okay, you drove them. You made this evident that something was happening. Like y'all just said earlier, you could have just said, "Hey, get out my car." You didn't try to take me to my destination. You went back out of your way to take me back home.
I would have changed all that shit around. I would have got into a fight with that bitch, and then I would have been like, she attacked me first.
Man.
I sure would have. I would have provoked that bitch so much, me and her would have got to fighting, and I would have been like, she attacked me.
That's some caring shit right there, man. For real. I mean, that's some shit that like that's exactly like shit, man. That's why motherfuckers feel like they can do shit like that, man. The motherfuckers, I mean, you got motherfuckers, oh yeah, you did right. But what happened if somebody would have bust her motherfucking head?
Right.
Nah, I mean, come on
They
now. You got
always pick the people who do that. They always pick the right people because they picked that wrong motherfucker.
man, you got grounds to fuck that bitch up.
Oh, I guarantee you the passenger wasn't black.
Man, that's I mean, come on, dog. You gotta know that I'm gonna fuck you up. When I looked up and seen we was at my house, bitch, what you doing?
And you know what's funny is, you know, I saw a lot of comments on it where it was women. You know, it was always women chiming in like, "Oh, girl, yeah, you did that shit. That was shit." But she also said in her video, like, "Oh, bitches, I would fuck y'all up too. I would do the same thing to you." So I know if it was a woman that was the one that was cheating, I bet you they wouldn't have found that shit funny.
Exactly. All right, we got some people that's calling in. If y'all want to say something, I need y'all to press 1 and we'll bring you in. Just press that 1 button and we'll see that you're on there. Because that got to be the craziest shit I know. I like you said earlier, Janae, that's the type of shit that this is what got America so fucked up right now. Because if you felt like you could do that, then I mean you just feel like you could just get in anybody's fucking business.
Like your personal opinion is now being able to be pushed on other people. Like, because my moral or these are my values, I could push my morals and values on to you because, you know. No, you can't. You cannot do that to everybody.
Okay.
So I'm people out there listening. You would get your ass whooped and you would get hurt.
We got another caller, y'all. What's up, cuz?
Because what are we talking about right now?
Oh, situation, man. An Uber driver went to pick somebody up. Uber driver went to go pick somebody up.
Okay.
And the guy said once he got in the car, he said, "Well, I want you to take another. I put in another address." He went to pick up his mistress.
Okay.
So the Uber driver, she got mad that he went to go pick up his mistress. So he took him and his mistress back to his house and made a big scene where his wife came out.
Okay. I'm going to say this for all the women in the world. That's bullshit. Excuse me. I shouldn't probably be cussing on your podcast.
Oh, no. You know,
I'm just saying. Okay. That's drama bullshit. Okay. As a woman and another woman, you shouldn't want to be in that type of shit situation, right?
Right. That's not even your business.
But we have these women in this world that we living in, we living in a fitness world. Thank you. We living in a world where women want more power, right?
So you think it was a power thing?
It don't matter what type of power, but they want more power. Okay. So at that moment, that woman, Uber driver, took it upon herself to take that power.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was not your place, not your business, or any way, shape, or form, not your job to drive that man back to his house.
I agree.
Okay, if that nigga was cheating on that woman, I'm gonna tell you 3 reasons why he was cheating on that woman. 1, he was not getting what he should have been getting at home. 2, he was ignorant and irresponsible. And 3, he didn't know how to express his feelings.
Well, I mean, whatever.
Because when he does that at home, he gets treated like a bitch.
Whatever the reason was that he did it, he did it. But regardless to why he did it, it was none of her business. That's the way I'm looking
Word.
at it. It was none of her business.
Word.
It wasn't like she didn't say that they were being like, you know, they wasn't tearing her car up. They were just having a conversation. That's just like if me and you in an Uber and we having a conversation and you don't like our conversation, but I mean, we're not even talking to you, nor are we talking about you. What does this even have to do with you?
Word. That's why people take Ubers. People take Ubers for figurative. We don't take Ubers because we want to be in Ubers. We take it for the figurative. 80%, look, let's be honest. 50% of motherfuckers that take Ubers, either they leave you from a dick appointment, or guess what? They're going to a dick appointment or a pussy appointment. Excuse my language. But this real shit.
I don't know about all that. I'm not a Uber. I'm not a frequent Uber rider, but I mean, I know, like, I mean, whatever the fuck you taking the Uber for, that's your own.
Right.
Long as you paying, you done paid, it's your own personal business.
Right.
And look, we have to pay. We have to pay off top, right?
Right. So
with no, we don't know who this Uber driver is. This could be my bitch's best, my side bitch's best friend.
Right.
okay, so
Or this could be my main woman's friend or somebody that knows somebody, right?
possibly that time.
But when we take this drive, when we take this ride, this should be out of secretive. That's not your job as a woman.
Hold on, cuz. Give me 1 second.
To say,
Give me 1 second.
okay.
Hold on. Now, Timer, you drove Uber and Lyft. She got paid before she even got there, right?
That is correct.
So, I mean, she openly admitted that, you know, they were having a conversation. Granted, y'all in the car, you can't help but hear a conversation in the car, but they wasn't talking to her.
What?
They didn't say shit to. They wasn't trying to involve her in the conversation. They just had a conversation. And because she didn't like, she didn't like morally what he was doing. What I mean, that's just like, okay, well, Timer, let me ask you. If I call the Uber because I was drunk and I was too drunk to drive, and I said, well, you know, I'm calling the Uber, I'm intoxicated, I'm drunk, I don't want to drive my car home, so I'm gonna get an Uber. And I go and I get in there and I'm like, man, I've been drinking this motherfucking Gentleman Jack all night. I'm fucking
Jack.
Now, she don't like the fact that I've been drinking Gentleman Jack. She got a right to tell me, well, you got to get the fuck out of my car because I only drink tequila.
Word.
Nope. It don't matter, man. I mean, dude.
No. You gotta see where cuz coming from, though. You gotta see where cuz coming from.
Hold on, Sarah. Hold on, cuz. Hold on. Let him. I want to hear what he got to say. Come on, Tom. Come on with that.
Go ahead.
It goes like this, man. I've heard all kind of shit in my back seat.
Right.
I've had gay guys get in the car, arguing, calling each other big suckers. That's just it's nothing to do with me. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man. When gay people, when they argue, they say some hurtful ass shit to each other, man. Word. But at the end of the day, it ain't none of my business. As long as you don't throw up in my car or break no shit in my car, my job is to get you from point A to point B.
Right.
Word.
That's it.
I'm sure.
Don't matter
I'm
what
sure
you talk
Uber
about.
got some type of policy.
That's
I'm
what
sure
I'm
they
saying.
got to have some type of policy because then it'd be a bunch of people doing that. Well, I don't like the way this person look. I'm not driving them. Or I don't like this about the people that's in my car. Then you gonna start having all types of people saying what they don't like about people in their car.
Right.
I'm telling you,
our-
that kid's off the Uber platform. She is not driving for
Our
Uber
generation
anymore. I guarantee it.
I would love to know for sure.
Miss Lady.
They losing money, man. Uber and Lyft no
Miss Lady.
bullshit when it comes to their money.
Look, our generation is soft. You can't talk about nothing. Nothing. We can't say gay. We can't say queer. We can't say, oh, he a bitch ass nigga. Nothing. We can't say nothing in this generation because everything is edited, and it's only edited because of the people that's trying to push agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like our generation. I'm an '80s baby. I was born in '88. I grew up in the '90s where niggas was calling niggas gay. There's somebody fucking your bitch. Niggas was talking real bad in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? But this generation now, we can't say nothing. Hell, we had taxi cab confessionals. I don't know if anybody remember that from HBO, but we had that. That was Uber before Uber.
Come on, man. You was sneaking watching it while we was watching it while we was grown.
Man, right. I'm waiting for real sex to come on, but I gotta watch this first.
Right. I
say that to say this, cuz at the end of the day, when you drive in that car, there's been plenty of taxi drivers in there heard some shit or seen some shit they wasn't supposed to see. But they never said nothing. Because it was never their business. It's just, like you said, cuz it's your business to get you from A to B.
I'm trying to.
Right, this shit ain't never
nowadays-
happened to no taxi drivers. Taxi drivers gonna
Man,
love it. They
word.
like, give us back our bills because y'all Uber motherfuckers don't know what y'all doing.
Exactly.
Hey, why the
did all type of shit. You could have did all type of shit in the back of a taxi. They ain't give a fuck.
Hell yeah. Shit.
Hey, I hope the fans ain't listening, but I'm gonna say this right. I sold dope in the back of a taxi before. The hell is wrong with people? Don't have a card. Okay. But the reason why I say that, I'll say that to say this, is that we live in a generation where being messy is being famous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we live in a generation of let me tell your business, because if I sell your business, I might get paid off this. I'm probably the youngest person on this phone call right now.
Mm-hmm.
That you are.
But I peak game. Huh?
I say that you are.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, cuz old girl was mad bogus. She's beyond bogus. You don't do that. It's like going to see a priest for a confession. You ain't supposed to tell what you said in that room. Back of that car. Period.
I agree. I totally agree. But I mean, I'm gonna try to keep up on this story. So I mean, whatever come out of it, I'm gonna try to let y'all know what was going on because I really, really want to know
Word.
the end result to this.
Word. It should be a lawsuit. That should be the end result.
That's what I'm thinking.
Us
But
as black people, we think making lawsuits be snitching. Nah, do just like the white people do and get money off these motherfuckers talking bad about you. Hell no.
all right, well now time to switch gears. You had an issue with a celebrity today.
Well, not necessarily an issue, but Nick Cannon got like 10 kids, 9 baby mamas, and I'm just wondering. I mean, he got the money to take care of 100 kids if he wants. That's not the problem. My problem is, how's he gonna spend time with all these kids in all these different states? That's
real
my
shit.
problem with it.
That's real shit.
I mean, I don't know how he is as a father, but none of the baby mamas came out and said nothing negative about him being a father. But how he gonna spend time with 9 kids, and he always on the road? He got like 100 jobs.
All right, now once again, like I said, so if he always on the road and he's always working, it don't matter if he had 3, 10, or 2.
Okay.
Now, I heard somebody, I can't remember what person said it, but they said that the problem is he's creating a bunch of broken homes.
That's not like
People
white people.
always want to use that. People always want to use that term, but go ahead.
No,
They use that term when it comes to niggas. We're gonna leave it at that though.
and you know what? Because what you just said is true. They quick to say that when because and it's funny because I had to go see a psychiatrist long time ago. Court appointed.
You ain't sitting with a psychiatrist.
No, I did. I had to. It was court appointed. It was court appointed.
I'm just giving you shit, cuz. Go ahead. My bad.
But
Cuz.
the first thing that he said, he asked me, did I have any kids? I said, yeah. He said, well, how many you got? I said, I got 4. He said, all by the same person? I said, no. I got 3 different baby moms. And the first thing he said to me is, oh, you create broken homes, huh? I create broken homes.
Cuz I didn't mean to cut you off. But they automatically assume that when it comes to black people.
Now,
I mean, when I don't even say black or African American, but us as brothers, they automatically assume that. But go ahead, my bad, cuz.
Now, when he said it, I instantly got upset. I got upset like, what the fuck you mean? The fuck I'm creating a broken home when I'm taking care of my child. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
You don't live with them. Well, hell, I know a lot of, and I gotta say what you just, I gotta piggyback off what you just said, cuz I know a lot of white people that had the same situation, and nobody's making them say, "Oh, they coming from broken homes."
Word.
So, I mean, at first when he said it, I mean, I was pissed. Then I kind of thought about it, like, well, damn, okay, maybe I did create a broken home. But then when I got older and I thought about it, like, motherfucker, hold on. Judge me after it's all judge me after it's all said and done. Judge me after they become adults and see what I did for them. You know what I'm saying? Now if I didn't do shit for them, If I didn't do shit for them and they didn't know nothing about me and I never spent no time with them, then yeah, I created a broken home.
Word.
If I sat there and I took care of them and I
these motherfuckers want to fight on site.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so now if those two dudes and you got along, it will make things easier for you, right?
I mean, it would just be less stressful that you don't got to listen to them arguing. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But that's still not gonna stop me from letting them see their kids and all this because of them arguing. It's still not gonna stop that.
Okay. Listen.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Because if they want to fight on site, you got to make sure these two motherfuckers don't bump into each other. So now you got to pick and choose when he see his son and then he see his son. You got to pick and choose now.
Okay.
You got to pick and choose shit.
Hold on.
Hey,
Hold on.
I've been waiting to get this conversation for so long, right?
Hold on.
Because I have two different baby mamas.
Saran, hold on.
I have two different personalities.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm gonna let you get your say so. No. Listen to what I'm saying.
No, I just been trying to talk and I ain't know if y'all can hear me. My bad.
Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. I understand what you're saying. If they could get along, shit would be easier. But what I'm telling you, that even if they do get along and they talk to each other and they're cordial and that everything is working fine, no, it's still your job to make sure those kids bond and mold and be around each other. It's your job. It's not theirs. It's not the women, because they can say hi about each other and go about their merry way. It's your job to make sure your kids are like, okay, this is my big brother, this is my little brother. This is the bond that we have. That's your job. It's nobody else's job but yours. Even if they are the best, which if they are the best of friends, that's great. If they the worst of enemies, oh well, fuck it. No matter what, it's still your job.
Okay. So, cuz, I'll let you get that through. And I have to say this because I have two different baby mamas, which is two different personalities. So what my man's trying to get across is that us as men, we can do whatever the fuck we want to do when it comes to our kids, right? Right? That's our job to make sure our kids are around each other, right? But where do we go get those kids from? They mom, right? Because the hospitals make it for mothers to automatically take the kids. Fathers have no rights when our kids are born at all.
Well,
at all. We don't have no rights.
Okay.
Women have all rights to our kids.
Now, cuz, let me ask you this.
Okay. Okay. No, cuz I'll let you. Hey.
No,
I've been waiting for this moment.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
I mean, have you been to court?
Yes, I have. Actually, I have. Yep.
Okay, so they gave you no parental rights, none whatsoever.
You want to know what they told me in court? I was waiting for you to ask me. This is what they told me in court. They told me in court, one, because I didn't have a house, right? Right? Listen to what I'm about to tell you. This is what DCS does to you. This is what the court system does to fathers, not only black fathers, but all fathers. This is what the court system does, right? I don't know how they were doing it in the 90s, but this is how they do it now. So I didn't have a house for my son.
Okay.
But I was staying with my grandma at this time, right?
Okay.
Okay. My son's mother was staying with her mom. So neither one of us have a place for my child to actually be at. Okay. My daughter's mom, my son's mom, excuse me for saying daughter, but my son's mom lost my son to DCS. I didn't find out till 2-3 days later. Okay. So my baby mom left the hospital without me signing a birth certificate because I was at work trying to take care of my son. When I went to DCS told me as a father, as my son's mom just lost him. they told me that I was not able to be a father. I was not eligible to be a father. Mind you, this is God-given rights, right? This ain't them. This is God-given rights. I didn't have a place to stay.
So
I wasn't on drugs. I was working.
they told
My
you,
grandma would have let my son come stay there with us.
they told you couldn't be a father because you didn't have a house.
They told me I was not good enough to be a father. This is what the court system told me. But let me show you how it's the double-edged sword. Let me show you the double standards, right?
Okay.
I've been on buses, city buses. I've watched moms carry their kids on city buses. I watched my own mom be in a shelter with me and my little brother. But you know what they did? They made sure that woman had everything she needed to take care of those boys, right? But I was told by the same court system that I was not good enough to be a father because I didn't have a place to stay. I didn't have a car. Okay, so let me break that down. With that being said, we already gonna lose the battle in court with the woman. Especially if you in Indiana. We live in Indiana, it's a woman's state. Okay? So with that being said, when my man is telling you and telling y'all that he can do whatever he wants to as a father to get those kids together, if the mothers don't agree, it don't mean shit.
Sarah.
Period. Y'all sitting here making this man seem like, oh, as a father, you have control. We don't have no control over our kids. Even when our kids are born, as fathers, we have no control.
Cuz, can I say something to you?
Kids do not get to go to the father instead of the mother, right?
Can I say something to you? You listening?
Go ahead, cuz.
Now, you know it's a lot of this story you left out, right? And I'm going to leave it at that.
You said what?
I said, you know, it's a lot of this story you left out.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that if you go to court and you go into a courtroom and they say that you have to pay child support, and I'm sure whether he mad at me or not, he gonna bag me up because he been in court just as much as I have. If you go to court,
okay,
and you gotta pay child support, and you're paying your child support, if you're up on your child support and you paying it current and you're not behind and none of that old bullshit, no, they cannot take your rights from you like that. Time, am I lying?
That's true. No, you don't.
Whether he's mad at you, what you mean whether I'm mad at you or not? That ain't got shit to do with it.
Hey, let him get it out. Let him get it out, because I can't wait to dispute this. Let him get it out.
I got it out. If you go to court and you paying your child support, and everything is up to par, they can't deny it.
Okay, that's
That
true,
is a
cuz.
fact.
That's
That's
true, cuz.
100%
Let me ask you.
fact.
You asked me a question, cuz. Let me ask you the same question. When you go in the courtroom, do you feel safe?
Yeah.
In any courtroom, whether it's for a child, whether it's for your life, do you feel safe in the courtroom?
I've never. Yeah. If I went in, honestly, child support. Yeah, I felt safe. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Okay. I'm gonna keep 100 with you because you my cousin. So I know about you. And you always took care of your kids outside the court or in the court. And you didn't even need a courtroom.
But I still had to do it.
So it's always been somewhat simplified to you. But let me break it down to you what really happens in these courtrooms.
Please do.
Let's be honest. They don't give a fuck about no nigga in the courtroom. When you ever walked in the courtroom and seen a black judge?
The judge that gave me my.
When you ever walk in the courtroom and see the black a black prosecutor or the DA?
I'm from Gary, Indiana. That's all we got is black judges and black prosecutors and black DAs.
Okay,
That's true.
okay, I
would
give you that.
agree
I
with
give you
that.
that.
That's all we got.
I give you that. Look, cuz I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that because you're right about that. But I'm also going to dispute it when I say this. When you walk in those courtrooms, you think those black judges that you see, or those black DAs, or those black prosecutors you see, is not getting puppeteered to break up the black household? Let's just be honest.
I mean, if we're in there,
No, I don't think that all white people are against niggas, because all our kids are mixed. You know that.
If we're in there for child support, I mean, we already broke up.
Yeah, period. Because that's a Jim Crow. That's Jim Crow right there.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So when we walk, look, when a baby is born, when a baby is pushed out of a woman, right?
Yeah.
We don't get no rights to that baby. What rights do you have to that baby? Can you take that baby out of the hospital? No, you can't. Does that baby get to lay on your chest first? No, it doesn't.
Well, you ain't pushed
It goes to
the
the
baby.
mother.
You didn't push the baby out.
Right.
But that don't mean nothing.
So you want
I
to
did
It,
push that
it
baby
do
out.
mean something.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna stop
It
you right
does.
there. That
No,
means
no,
a
no,
whole
no.
lot.
Miss Lady.
Hold on.
That
Miss
means
Lady,
a
I ain't taking
whole
nothing from
lot,
y'all.
sweetheart.
I ain't taking nothing from you. Y'all watch the baby get born. I ain't taking nothing from you. I know what it is to push out your vagina. I get it.
No, you
I
don't
can't
get
push
it.
it out
That's
my
the
dick.
whole thing. You don't get it. You do not get
I
it. It
do.
ain't just about it coming out of a vagina or none of that.
How do I get that? When I actually sat in the room and watched it.
Because you can't experience it. Because you can't experience it. You can sit there and you can be there and everything and be supportive and all you want, but you don't have the ability to experience what a woman goes through with having a baby live inside of her for all of those months. Her body changes, the hormone changes, all of that shit, then having to go through the pain and all of that. Y'all cannot experience that.
Okay, so as I was saying what I was saying, did I once discredit a woman for what she was doing?
Okay, but my question to you is...
No, I didn't.
Why?
No, I didn't.
So you want to hold the baby first?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. I never want to discredit a woman for what she doing due to childbirth or what she goes through for 9 months. I can't discredit a woman for that because one, I don't have to carry a fucking baby, or my size does not have to disfigure. I don't have to push a baby out my penis. It would never happen.
Right.
I don't even know the experience of actually pushing a baby out because when I seen it, it looked fucking painful. I'm be honest with you. But what I'm saying is, just because you're doing that, do you or anybody get the right to discredit a man as a father? Because we didn't carry that baby. We carry babies 24/7, but nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the fact that we carry babies our whole life. Y'all don't carry babies your whole life, do y'all? But I don't throw that in your face though. We don't throw that in women's face that they don't have to carry babies their whole life. We have to carry babies our whole life. Y'all have to carry babies for 9 months. And it's torture. It's torture. That's leave, bro. I've seen my baby moms go through hell. So I'm not taking that from you. But what I'm taking is the credit. I'm taking the discredit as a father that we don't get. When that baby comes out, that baby ain't just y'all. That baby's our baby.
Okay, but you right.
So just as much as rights you get for that baby, us as fathers, we should too, off top. Period.
So what? I'm not understanding. What credit you not getting? I'm pretty sure, motherfucker.
Okay, okay. I was just look. I'm piggybacking on what my man was saying because y'all was on my man's ass. Like my man was saying something wrong. My man was telling y'all the real life of dealing with baby moms. It's the difference between dealing with your child's mother and baby mamas. It's a big difference. It's the difference between dealing with a woman that knows how to take care of a child than a baby mama.
Okay, I didn't have a mom. I didn't have baby mamas. Whichever spectrum you want to look at it as, I've been through it. And
so you don't think it's a woman's right to make sure those kids be together?
No.
Y'all really don't think that's on a woman?
No.
I think that's on me because
How? Look. Where's my child 24/7? If it ain't with me, where's my child at?
What?
With the mom, right?
Could be with you. Nobody is stopping. I think you're misunderstanding because nobody is stopping you from getting your children. We're just saying it's not our responsibility to make sure my child and then your child with another woman. That's not my responsibility to make sure they get together. That's your responsibility.
Okay. With that being said, when a child is born, if I ain't with the baby moms, right? I ain't fucking with the baby moms. I ain't with her, right? Where does that child go to? The baby mama, right?
It goes to me. Yeah.
No. It goes to the mother, right?
It goes to the mother, yes.
Okay. So with that being said, we have to go through the mother to get the child in the first place. So if the mother don't like the other baby mama, she's not gonna let us get the child to bring it there.
That's when you have to go to court because that's not.
If you've been in court, you got all rights to go get your baby whenever you want. I mean, they're gonna give you they're gonna tell you,
right.
You got this weekend, you got that weekend, you got this week, you got that week, y'all got these months. That's strictly on you. Now you want to sit there, you want to sit here and run
when I was look
and say this, that, and the other. And the truth of the matter is, dog, and like I said, between me and this
so it's on the father. This the father's fault. This is the father's fault why kids don't be around each other. That's what y'all saying.
You know what? Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you don't, because if the mothers don't do it, who's supposed to do it? You.
Nigga, if we can't get our kids, how we gonna get the kids around each other if we can't get them?
Well, why come you can't get them?
Yeah. I'm not either. I can't even do it.
Why you can't get them? That's what that's the $1 million question. Why you can't?
I'm gonna give you the $1 billion question. Let me give you the $1 billion answer. Let me give you the $1 billion answer. Right? When you go in these courtrooms, you're automatically ATM. One of the first things they tell you is, or they ask you is, have you been paying child support? Have you been supporting this child, right? They lengthen on how you've been supporting this child. Have you been there? What are you doing? What are you doing, right? If you don't have receipts, then that means you wasn't there, right?
Man, that's bullshit. Because motherfuckers don't even grab receipts no more. Now, and I'm going to tell you this. I done walked in with receipts. That man done walked in with receipts. And them motherfuckers looked at us and said, what the fuck?
Told you it was a gift.
Fuck you want us to do with this?
Gift.
What you just listen.
Yeah, because that don't mean shit.
Listen.
You can support your child without child support.
You can support.
It don't mean shit to them white people. It don't mean shit in the courtroom.
Listen to what Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, man. If you listen a little bit, you might learn something. Now, you're sitting here saying that it don't mean nothing. And I'm telling you, you're right. It don't mean nothing because you ain't did nothing that you wasn't supposed to do. So if you walk in there with 100 receipts, they don't give a fuck because, motherfucker, that was your job anyway to take care of that baby. That was your job.
Word.
So all that. Well, I got receipts, and I'm sure that no. What you want, a cookie for? You want to get acknowledged for something that you were supposed to do anyway?
Word. Why am I in here in the first place?
Apparently, apparently you trying to get visitations because she don't want to let you see your kid.
So who does that fall on, the man or the woman?
What you mean? Who that fall on? I mean, if you're stable, enough, and you can show, and if you can show the courts that you are stable enough, there's no reason that you can't see your kid. Like Nicole just said, you could get visitations with no money or a job. You can still get visitations.
Well, I think it all started from the very beginning because you didn't sign the paper at the hospital, so you won't even got nothing saying it's your child in the first place. So right
But
there,
Nicole,
Nicole,
when you say that, all right, say you got a man that's taking care of his kid, right? He's taking care of his kid, and he wants more visitation than he's getting. And you don't feel like he should get that because, bitch, you ain't doing what I think you should be doing, right? And I go to the court with all these receipts, and I tell her I'm doing for my kid, and I'm taking care of my kid, and I'm there for my kid, right? But she don't want me to be around my kid, right? Who is that on? If that man is there, that man's doing everything he's supposed to do as a man and a father, and you as a woman, not you, Nicole, because I ain't coming at you, but you as a woman don't want this father to be around for your little incentives, however the fuck you feel about this man, right? Who's wrong?
Well,
If this man wants to pick up his kid so he can bring this kid to see his daughter on her birthday, but you don't like the way he's been doing or being a father, but he's taking care of this kid, dropping money, making sure his kid's taken care of, right? But you don't want him around the other baby mama. So you, in your mind, you say, you know, I don't want him around, right? So now I have to go to the court. Why do I even have to go in the court in the first place?
because
That's the mother's fault why the kid can't be around the child because you want to go to court. You want to be an asshole about the situation when I'm taking care of this child.
okay, but now, did you hear what I said earlier?
Man, you have so many good fathers out there
Did
that have
you
to
hear-
deal with women.
Did
But you know
hear
what's
what
so
I said
worse?
earlier?
We got to deal with the court.
Sarah, listen, stop yelling. First of all, we can hear you without yelling.
Okay, I ain't yelling. I'm just talking in my phone. My phone's fucked up. My bad.
Okay, now, did you hear what I said to you earlier?
Yeah, I heard what you said, cuz.
Now, a person, listen to what I'm saying. If you can show that you got responsibility and that you're stable, they cannot deny you, dog. They cannot. Timer. Am I wrong?
That's a fact.
Now, only time that they can deny you and say no is that you may show some erratic behavior or they're saying that you're not stable enough. But then when that comes, if a motherfucker tell you that, then that means you need to reprogram yourself to get yourself in a better position to be able
True.
to get the key. Cause see,
Okay,
I'll break it down to you like this, man. I'll break it down to you like this, guys.
Cuz why do we even have to go to court? Why do we have to go to court for our kids to be around each other? Why is this the man's fault that the kids can't be around each other when we have to go to court for the kids to be around each other? Why is it that? It does that not fall in the woman's lap?
I mean, that's
Because we're sitting there trying to get our kids around each other, but the baby mama don't want it because the baby mama's mad, right? What my man was saying is that we try so hard to get our kids and be around our kids, but it's hard to do that when we have the type of women that we're being around, baby mamas or mothers, right? Women run the system.
regardless to whether
Period.
regardless
Listen,
to their,
Indiana,
regardless to whether they're difficult or they're working with you, it's still your responsibility, dog. And I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on that.
to keep those kids around each other.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. You're right. We can do that. We can do that, right? We can do that. We can do that outside of court. But if we do it outside the court, then we got to go to the courtroom because guess what? That woman's gonna stop us from seeing our child. I told you don't bring that bitch around my child. Don't bring that bitch around my child. So we don't do that, right?
Well, you the only one.
We don't get to see our child because this woman is worried about us bringing that woman around that child.
But if
we go to court, we go to court, right?
If you got the proper paperwork, all she can do is talk. That's it. She can't do nothing else but talk.
Okay, so
if you got your paperwork in order,
so it's receipt not about paperwork.
Hold on, man. Hold on. We got another call.
Like, dude, y'all making it seem like it's so easy to be a father, and it's not. The hardest thing in the world right now is to be a father.
Maybe in your eyes, but okay. Hold on. We got another call.
What? In my eyes?
Hold on. Dude. Hold on. Caller, what's
He's so anxious.
Oh, you're right, Mama. I am anxious. Because I'm tired of these trifling ass women. You're right, Mama. I'm anxious.
So look, I'm hurt. Who hurt? Somebody been hurt too, baby.
Who was this?
Oh no, I ain't hurt. No, I ain't hurt. I'm hurt. If anything, if I'm hurt about anything, I'm hurt because we have so many good men.
Get your Dane first, and then they'll let you see the baby. Whether you have no job, a dime to your name, you still are legally allowed visitation. And then you can take your child around who you want to, within reason.
Hold on now, baby.
Simple.
Can I ask you your name? You done called in. You just ready to go. What's your name?
Nicole, I told you I was coming. I told you I was coming. Here I go.
You still gotta let the crowd know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta let the crowd know who you are. Okay.
Oh, you know they know. Well, you know.
It's a black man. There's a black father.
Boy, you've been on mute. You didn't even know it. What's up, bro? Look, all I'm trying to tell you, dog. Everything ain't designed to go against you. Ooh.
Hold on, man. We got some bad feedback.
We need somebody to cut something bad.
We definitely hearing bad feedback.
Okay, I think we got
All right.
Oh, there you go again.
It's so easy for women and black women on top of that to make it seem like innocent fathers aren't doing our job. But that's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. We don't have no rights when it comes to being a father, which is really sad that we helped to create this child. But when you come down to it, we have no rights. All our rights are stripped.
Dog, I'm gonna tell you.
When that baby is born,
Legally, you do have rights.
You got rights.
I don't know if you know or not, but legally, you do have rights.
Legally, okay, legally. But let's talk about a mental and a hypothetically point, right? When that baby is born, right, you have all the rights to that child. Yes or no?
Yeah, but you can take me to court for
name,
DNA
right?
test, and then you can get visitation.
I don't know if y'all been to courtroom lately.
Hey, let me say this. All right, your name is Saron, right? Your name is
No, I'm Nicole.
I'm not talking to
that's
you, woman.
Nicole.
Okay. So no, okay.
All right, dog. Look, 95% of the stuff you said, I agree with you 100%. But if you go to court and you get your paperwork right, she can't stop you from seeing your child.
You ain't lying about that. No, I agree with that 100.
So go to court, man. Get your paperwork right.
Oh,
yeah, and if
yeah.
she doesn't
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with,
Of course, your mother.
I don't understand how you feel like you're supposed to have more rights when that child is attached to your umbilical cord. When that child is attached to your neighbor, okay, then you could get all the rights in the world.
See, but this is what's wrong with women. Right there.
No,
right,
it ain't nothing wrong with women because we are doing and taking all the risk. We take all the risk to have the baby. Yeah,
You could die during
Okay, so that
childbirth.
makes it your
I almost
child, right?
died during
That makes
childbirth.
it your
If you
child,
tell the
right?
truth,
You
baby.
already
And then
look,
just
look,
like,
in
and
your
then you
mind,
feel like you
you've
just supposed to
already
come in and what,
developed.
have 100% of the rights? I don't understand what you looking
Okay,
for,
no,
because if you were
no,
there
I'm
for
not
me,
saying that.
if you were
I'm
there
saying
for the
50.
person that you had the baby for, and you were there to sign the paperwork when the baby was born, and you were there and you did all the stuff you said you were supposed to do, then it really shouldn't be no problem. So
Okay,
evidently, it's
so let me
something more
ask you
to all. It's always something more to what people are saying. You got rights.
You're right.
You
You're
just
right.
have
You're
to
right.
go to court. You just got to go to court to get your rights. Because
So
no matter
should it
how
be-
mad
should-
she is or how mad she don't like you, and then we sometimes, wait, hold on, because sometimes we got to stop and take responsibility for our own actions, because we pick
Yeah, we
these
do as
people
men.
that we have
We do as men,
have
but
these
women
babies
don't.
with. Okay, so if these are
Women
ain't
don't.
shit ass women or ain't shit ass men that we having these kids with, then that's on us too. That's our responsibility to start picking better people who we having these kids with.
Okay, somebody.
Hey, nobody picks their baby daddy or their baby mama unless you're married. Let's be honest. Nobody picks their baby daddy or their big mama unless you're married. We out here fucking. Let's be adults. We out here fucking. We don't care who our baby
No,
daddy
we
or
out
baby mama
unless
is,
we out
unless we're
insane.
thinking about it.
See, you got a whole different mindset.
Did you
That's
pick
what
your
it
baby
is.
daddy?
You're right.
Bruh,
Did you
how
pick
it
your
is.
baby daddy?
You could be fucking, but not be trying to have no kids. Then you need to be more
Okay,
responsible.
but you might
Wrap
have
it up.
one.
Yeah,
Wrap
you
it
need to
up.
get
Pull it
if you
out.
know, yeah.
You have other options.
You shouldn't even be happy.
all right, we got
Right. Yeah, because there should be no babies involved.
We got to put everybody on beat. Look, I love the conversation, but we cannot keep talking over each other. We keep arguing and fussing and fighting. We gotta, hey, come on, y'all. We adults. We can talk and let the other person say what they gotta say. So Ron, you can't overtalk everybody. I'm gonna hear your point. They gonna hear your point. You gotta relax and let everybody else say what they gotta say, just like you are. All right, bringing everybody back in. Now,
Okay, so Nicole or because there's two women on the line right now. Can I ask this question? Did y'all both pick your baby daddy?
First of all, hold on.
And we still got
What?
feedback.
Hold on.
We got feedback, man, big time.
Yeah, somebody needs to turn their radio down or computer down or something. We got like some serious feedback.
All right, that's better.
All right. Now, Saran, you want to ask them a question?
Yes, I did. Did y'all both pick your baby daddy?
That's damn feedback again.
No. If this is your name, no, all of them, no, I did not.
Nicole, that's you.
Okay, so with that being said, did you know these babies wasn't shit?
Nicole, that's you. That's you with that feedback. You got that radio up.
It shouldn't be up. No radio on.
Oh.
I had it on speaker. I took it off speaker. Is this any better?
Yes, that's a whole lot better. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Appreciate
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Nicole,
Okay.
when you pick your baby daddy, are you still with him?
No,
Why?
because he wasn't shit, and I didn't figure it out till after I was pregnant. We had broken up before then.
Okay, so with that being said, Nicole, you said earlier that we need to start picking better baby daddies and baby mamas, right? But you didn't pick your baby daddy, did you?
No, wait a minute. Look, people's situation is different. You said you was fucking. I actually wanted a baby, and the other person was on some bullshit and lying. That's different.
Okay.
No, I didn't say I was fucking. I said we be fucking. People be fucking.
Nah, we means us. Everybody.
Okay, yeah, we is plural. We is plural. That means more than one person. So when I was saying that, I wasn't directing it towards you or me. I just said
Okay.
people
All right.
be
No, you're
fucking.
fine.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. You saying this in the sense of I wanted a baby. I wanted a baby by my first child. My first child was planned. We planned and planned and planned.
Mhm.
So I mean, you can't say that. All right, we just be out here fucking. I mean, yeah. Am I gonna say every child I had was planned? No, every child wasn't planned. But I mean, like she said, at the end of the day, hell, dude, listen to what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
You nutted in that girl. You nutted in that woman. So
Word.
you ran the risk of having the baby by this woman or that woman or that woman or this woman. Like they said, if you didn't want to have a baby, you should have you should have strapped up.
Yeah.
So now
I ain't strapped up since '96, but okay.
but you did that situation and that's on you. So once again, now
Word. You ain't lying about that, cuz.
you had a baby by this woman and okay, maybe whatever the situation was, it didn't work. Now, by the situation not working and y'all not being able to come to an agreement, then yeah, y'all got to get the courts.
Okay.
Y'all got to get the courts involved. You know what?
Mhm.
Everybody don't have to get the courts involved. Some people can go. Some people can go their kids' whole adolescent life and never go to court one time because they got to understand it. Some people they can't get it together, so that's why the courts are there. So it can be some type of motherfucking fairness because you're not gonna sit there and tell me when I can and can't see my kid. So I'm going,
Man.
and if that's the situation that you think that you're gonna put me in, then I'll see you in court. So now when you sit there and say, I wish you would, you ain't coming to see my motherfucking look, you either gonna give it to me the easy way, you're gonna give it to me the hard way. Because I don't give a fuck about calling no police.
Word.
I will call the police right there.
Hey, I'm at that point now.
Here go my if you at that point, then I mean you got your paperwork. Do you got your paperwork?
Oh, when it comes to my kids, yeah.
So okay, what the fuck are you complaining about there? If you got rights,
I'm not complaining.
Well, what the hell are you talking about, cuz?
See, I'm not complaining though, cuz.
Lord.
Okay, so you can go get your baby when you want to, right?
Hell no.
Why not? You got the papers.
All right. What I was trying to explain to everybody is that everybody didn't see the factor of what I'm saying is that even though I have rights to my kid, this bitch could easily say, "Oh, this nigga touched me. Oh, he put his hands on me. Or he's over here causing a problem," right? So now the police come in
Well, if you dealing with a person like
and
that,
ask a nigga.
if you dealing with a person like that, then you just had the police come over there when you go get your kid.
Which is true. Okay.
But it's
what I'm
recorded.
trying to tell y'all,
Video.
I mean, right? We living in
what I'm trying to tell y'all, in this court system, we don't have rights like that.
Yes,
Men don't have rights like that. You know,
yes,
we don't. I just went through this. That's how I know we don't.
Oh well, I don't know what court system you.
I literally listen.
But like I said, but my thing is, I don't know what court you going through. It depends on the judge and everything. Because when I went, they was all on the daddy side and not my side, and I had so custody.
Okay. So with that being said, like you said, it just depends on what court you go to, right? So every father's situation ain't the same, right? When I went to the court system, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is sad as fuck. I swear to God, this is really sad shit, right? So my wife, I mean my baby mom's, my son's mom, lost my son to the court system, right?
Okay.
I had 3 different what you call those people that come out? I had 3 different DCS caseworkers. 3 different caseworkers, right? My first caseworker looked me in my face and told me, we're not in the business with putting the kids with the father. We want to put them back with the mother and get her together.
But if you're stable,
He got fired.
if you're stable,
No,
Yeah, you get the next deal.
because my baby mama wasn't stable.
Friend. No, but if
My
you're
baby
stable,
mama
they'll
wasn't
give them
stable.
you.
She just lost my son to drugs. This bitch was not stable. So listen what I'm telling y'all. Listen what I'm telling y'all. My second caseworker, he was helping me get my son. I was going through father visits. I was doing supervised visits, everything I had to do as a man, right? He was helping me to get my son. I was going to get my son. They fired him and didn't tell me, right? My third caseworker I had was my baby mama's family friend. This bitch went into court and told them that I didn't want nothing to do with my child, and my child should be with my baby mama's family, right? Told them that I was a piece of shit, I was a drug addict, I was abusive, I was all this bullshit, made up all these lies, and the judge fed into it. And my
Okay, let me
son
ask
is
you a
now
question. Did you have a lawyer?
I didn't have no money for a lawyer. You know how much a child lawyer costs?
Okay, you're going to need a lawyer.
$20,000.
Now, I don't know
have
about that.
$20,000.
I mean, I might be able to give you a number, but that's
I'm saying, but did you, like, at the age, I'm 27 years old. I'm just trying to make by. I ain't got no
okay,
no
well,
money
hold
for
on.
no
Now, look, I'm dead
$20,000
serious.
lawyer.
Are you in Indiana? Are you in Kentucky?
I'm in Indiana.
Okay, now there's an organization I know that's in Louisville, and he probably can help you with Indiana. And it actually specializes in helping fathers see their children. It actually helps you pay for the lawyers. All you have to do is come to a certain amount of classes. It might be 5 classes, $10, $20 a class, and they put you with everything that you need.
Okay, listen, Nicole. With that being said, I did all that.
Okay, never
Okay.
mind. Go ahead.
No, I'm not taking your part.
No, I'm good.
I'm
You
not
go
taking
ahead.
off
No,
your
you go
bike. I'm
right
just
ahead.
saying I did that.
No, respectfully, you go right ahead.
Okay, I did that. And when I did that, right, I was doing all this shit that they asked me to do, right, as a father. They looked me in my eyes and told me that I was not good enough to be a father. I'm not even on my son's birth certificate. They told me I could not be on my son's birth certificate because his mom was in jail.
Yeah, a lot of this
Even
stuff,
though they
you
did
know what?
DNA test.
I might have to catch y'all on the next podcast, because my baby's gone. I'm enjoying my night. Y'all have a nice night.
Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, like, y'all sit here making it seem like it's so simple. It ain't. It ain't as simple as y'all think it is. I wish it was.
Sarah.
I wish it was.
Sarah. Now, I'm going to say this one more time. Now, you know it's a lot of the part of the story you leaving out. You know that now. You know it's a lot that you're leaving out.
You said what?
I said, you know it's a lot of
You said what?
I said, you know it's a lot of the story that you're leaving out.
No. What you heard from my mom is not a part of the story. No, I'm not leaving shit. I'm being honest.
That's right.
I'm being completely honest.
I'm not even talking about your mother. I'm just saying it's
okay. So I'm being completely honest. When you say it's a lot of the story left out, I'm trying to wonder. I'm really confused on the fact that what part of the story did you think I'm leaving out? Because I told you I was living with my grandma.
I know, and
I told you I was working. So what part of the story am I leaving out besides the fact that I was smoking weed?
So all I'm saying,
what part of the story am I leaving out? Because I wasn't a drug addict. I didn't lose my son.
So I never said you was a drug addict. I never said you was none of that stuff. All I'm saying is that.
Okay, so what part of the story am I leaving out?
All I'm gonna say is you have to be in a stable place. You have to be stable. Okay,
a stable place. Okay, when you say that, stable place, I've seen mothers on buses. I've seen mothers on buses with 3 kids, right? My mom lived in a shelter with me and my little brother, right? They didn't take us away. So when you say stability, what do you mean stability? It's only stability when it comes to a man. It ain't stability when it comes to a woman.
Do you
A
really-
woman
okay, Saran.
cannot have shit
Okay,
as long as
Saran.
she's taking care of her kids.
Saran, do you really want to? Do you really want us to go back and forth with this?
When I call into your line, bro, I'm fully open to everything. One thing about me, I'm fully open to everything.
Okay.
I ain't gonna sit here in front of nothing. I will tell you the truth.
All right.
If it's a lie, I'm gonna tell you it's a lie. If it's true, I'm gonna tell you it's true. Come on with it.
Saran.
Go ahead. You could, cuz. You could, cuz.
I'm saying, Saran, you wasn't stable. You wasn't stable yourself.
But what do you mean stable though?
Saran, you've had your little stint with the law yourself, right?
Okay, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
Right. So with that being said,
that was before my son, but that's true.
Saran, that's been.
I went 5 years. My son's 6 years old right now, right? When you bring that up, my son's 6 years old. I went 5 years without getting in trouble when my son was born. But go ahead.
But I'm saying, but you've had your stint with the law. When you have a stint with the law,
okay. So what's that have to do with my son?
If you let me finish, you have a certain amount of different type of stints with the law. They will label you unstable.
Okay.
They will label you unstable.
Okay. So right now, I'm going through a court system with my daughter, right? Those stints that you was talking about with the law, it don't mean nothing. You know why? Because they're not pending, and I don't have a charge right now. So all this shit that happened in my past,
but it's still on
like these just tell you, it don't mean nothing.
Okay.
It do mean something to them because they're judges. They can see your record. They can see everything that you've done, and they take all of that into consideration when they're looking at your character, when they're looking at placing children into a home. They gotta make sure that they feel that they're putting the children into a home that's safe and that where they know that they're going to be taken care of. All of that goes into consideration. It doesn't matter if it's in your hands.
Okay. Well, they're right. You're right about that. You're completely right about that, right? So when I say that, I say that is that the fact that, okay, yeah, all that matters, right? But in the court system, even though I had charges that I did in the past, if it's not a meth charge, if it's not a heroin charge, if it's not a big drug charge, if it's not a child molestation charge, then it does not matter in the court of law. I can still get my child. So I'm trying to see where y'all going with this.
Saran, not in all cases. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If you show.
But I'm telling you, in Indiana, that's the law. That's the law in Indiana. I know this for a fact.
Okay, Renell. All right. I do. Look. I hope everything. I hope you get over the hump. I hope everything works out.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I'm just giving y'all Indiana law. I'm not saying that y'all wrong. I'm just saying this is Indiana law. I'm not saying nobody's wrong. I'm just giving y'all Indiana's law.
I'm just trying to tell you.
This is what they go by.
But if Saran, a judge can look at your records. That when you sit, I'm gonna tell you something.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm pretty sure you do. When you're sitting there and you're in a courtroom with that judge, he has your whole file, everything that you've done. He may not say one word.
All the way to juvenile. All the way to your juvenile record. I know.
Right. He may not say one word to you. He may not say nothing about none of your past, previous situations. He may not say one word. But he's reading all this. He's looking at everything. And if you have shown any type of violent behavior, they're going to look at it. They're going to say, well, he has a violent past. They're not going to tell you that.
Yeah, you're right.
But they're going to look at it. And this is what I'm saying. It's like, and now.
Okay, so.
Go ahead.
No, my bad. I cut you off. Go ahead, guys.
And all I'm saying is in situations like that, when you sitting here saying why, this is when I'm saying that maybe like take a step back. Instead of saying why, just look at it and say, you know what? Instead of me asking why, let me just revamp. Let me take a step back and revamp. That's all.
Okay. So with that being said, so when it comes to a woman, do they have to go into this much scrutiny to be a mother? Why, as fathers, that we have to go through this much scrutiny? Yes, I probably have shit in my past that probably they looked at and said, "Oh my gosh," but I never molested no child. Okay, I've never actually beat nobody. Okay, and the fact that as a man and as a father, those stipulations are set in place for us, but not for women, should show you that we don't have no chance. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody fucks up. These women lost my child due to being drug addicts. Okay? But the microscope was not on them that tough. Why, as a man, did I have to step back and look at my past that I'm trying to go past? Why does it have to hit me being a father?
I don't understand how the microscope wasn't on her if the kids was taken. Because if DCS is involved because of her drug addiction, then that means they were trying to take the child or they were trying to do something in regards to her drug addiction. Drug addiction is not the same. They look at that as a mental illness. That's not the same bullshit. As any type of different type of violence. What's bullshit?
Drug addiction is not a mental illness. That's bullshit.
That is what they consider it. That's what I'm telling you. They consider it a mental illness now. That's what I'm telling you.
What did you say?
Drug addiction, being on drugs, they consider that a mental illness.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
I'm telling you, it has changed. The laws have changed. It's not the same like from years back.
Motherfuckers get checks.
That's what I've been trying to say this whole time. Like everybody act like oh, you can just do this and get your kids or see your kids. It's not like that no more. See, drug is now a mental illness, which is bullshit. Because when you're depressed, do you choose to be depressed? No. When you have anxiety, do you choose to have anxiety? No. When you're bipolar, do you choose to be bipolar? Maybe, but no. When motherfuckers choose to do drugs, you choose to do those things. That's not a mental illness.
Well, they choose it at first. They consider it because they choose it at first. But once you get addicted to drugs, that's when the addiction comes in. When you're addicted to drugs, then they feel like they don't have a choice at that point.
Okay, so in the
because now they're addicted. Yeah, they did get themselves into that predicament. I understand what you're saying. They did get themselves, they chose it at the beginning, but it's the addiction part once they started is what's the mental illness. Because now they can't get off of it.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? In the 70s and 80s, when Ronald Reagan was pushing drugs in the black neighborhoods, was it a mental illness then? Did we have places to look for? No, the fuck.
I'm saying no. It was not like that then. But over time, they have changed it. They've changed the laws. I'm just telling you.
Over time,
I ain't saying whether it was right or wrong. I'm just saying what they did.
Okay, but what I'm saying is we can't make this a mental illness. It didn't become a mental illness until it started touching white kids. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So when people say drug addiction is a mental illness, that's bullshit. Because I never wanted to be depressed. I never wanted to be bipolar. I never wanted to be labeled with these things that I'm labeled with now. That was not a choice. I did not choose to do those things. So when they do that to bail white people out, to make them feel good. For instance, I've been in jail recently, right? They give them Suboxone for heroin, right? They give them Metadone. Metadone for meth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do they have for crack? What do they have for marijuana, which is leading arrest when it comes to black people? It's crack and marijuana. What do they have for those things? Is that a mental illness? No, it's not.
Motherfuckers getting
It's
checks.
only a mental illness that you're doing pills, meth, or heroin, which is 3 white people drugs. Let's be fucking honest.
All right, well, check this out, y'all. This has been definitely been one for the record books.
That shit's dead.
We're coming to the end of the show. So, this has definitely been.
I love it. I love this show.
This has definitely been one for the record books.
Please don't ban. Hey, cuz, please don't ban me from your show, man.
I'm not gonna
Come
ban
on,
you.
man. I'm trying to call in, man. Don't ban me, man.
I'm not gonna ban you.
I'm gonna be that person that nobody wants to talk to. Please don't ban me.
No, I ain't gonna ban you. Just
90 seconds.
You just gotta know when. You just gotta calm it down a little bit. Just tone it down a little bit. Tone it down.
I don't be trying to yell. My phone is messed up. I have this janky ass Android, so I have to yell into my phone. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude or anything.
But I mean, you know what? I mean, you said what you had to say. So before we get up out of here, do you got any last words?
Hey,
60
my last word
seconds.
is, hey, all peace to everybody and love to God, man. Ain't nothing in this world stronger than God. Ain't nothing in this world stronger than karma. And man, it's all peace and love, man. Everybody that I talk to right now, man, I hope for nothing but blessings.
Appreciate you. Janine, any last words for us?
Yes, it was interesting. Good show, good talking with everybody, and I just want to say this. There are always going to be people that are out there that are trying to help people, but you have to be able to listen to what people have to say. People are going to try to help you. Just listen.
10
That's how
seconds.
I try to tell people. Just listen sometimes, and people will try to help you. You would be surprised at the things that people know or the things that people have been through that can help you in your situation. So,
That's what's up. Big dog, very last word.
Man, thank everybody for calling. Thank everybody for listening to us on the internet. Peace, love, hair grease. God bless. Everybody stay safe. Till next week.
All right, y'all. We out this bitch. I'll let y'all next week. Peace.
Thank you for
Word,
using
guys.
Blog
Love you,
Talk
man.
Radio. Goodbye.